YouTube, what's good? Good evening. It's your boy Hendrick back with another one. I had to react to some more Coach Gang. I was actually watching this last night. He did a live show yesterday. So he does a shout out to Coach Gang for Asian Lifestyle. Check him out. Great show. Did a live show, and in this segment, he was talking about this. And I was like, man, I got to react to this because it was hilarious to watch. You see it on the title. Men are just that wallet. So he uh he goes into he shows some clips of just women giving live examples, essentially how they view men, essentially as ATM machines, as a wallet and nothing else. But without further ado, let's get to it. I just want to watch and give my little 2-3 cents. So without further ado, let's get it.
Women have it in their mind that men have an excess amount of money that they're not spending. So that if you don't spend it on them, you're cheap, you're stingy, you're frugal, you're holding out money on them. It can actually get more money off of you. It will watch what you buy. So in women's mind, men have a lot more money than women. But the data shows us it's not true, especially in the government sector, especially in the employment sector. Sometimes women, depending on the age, make as much or more than men. Now, expenses, men tend to buy less. Women consume 83% of all the GDP.
And that's the thing that, yeah, a consumer debt in this country mainly obtained by women. Men spend less especially when they're single. When they're single and not dealing with women, they don't spend. Women are more hyper consumers when they are single. But when they get in a relationship, when a man starts dealing with a woman, he spends 2, 3, 4 times more than he would spend if he was by himself, single. Women spend 2, 3, 4 times less when they get in relationships. Hence, why relationships 9 times out of 10 are more beneficial for the woman as opposed to the man. I just wanted to point that out. Without further ado, let's continue with the video.
Gross domestic product. So they buy all the shit, or they're basically responsible for the purchases of almost everything in America. 83%. That includes houses, cars, and whatnot. That includes if you're single. Even if you're single, your purchasing of things directly benefits the woman. Dates, restaurants, clothes, cars, shoes, all of this shit.
That's what I said. When a man deals with a woman, most of his expenses, most of the things that he purchases are allocated with the intent of either pleasing that woman, it's directly for that woman. It's all intertwined to appease the woman that he's dating, trying to F, whatever it is. You deal with a woman, just know you coming out that wallet. Let's continue.
Women influence 83% of all purchases. So even if you don't pay, I don't pay, I just buy cologne for myself. It's influenced by women.
Facts.
You buy a car, influenced by women.
Facts.
So they influence it no matter what. So when you buy it, they see that you have it. You have a Rolls Royce. You have a Porsche 911.
Most of the things, I didn't mean to cut them off. I would argue 83% is too low. I would say most of the things men buy are with the intent of getting a chick to like them. Trying to F a chick, trying to impress that fine, thick chick with whoever. Everything a man do, in most cases, is for a woman. Whether it be directly or indirectly. Whether you single, you married, you in a relationship, you poly, whatever it is that you're doing. Most of the purchases that men make aren't for themselves. They don't even have themselves in mind. Men thinking about themselves is an afterthought, and we need to change that. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let's continue.
In her mind, that means there's that money. You have more money to spend on her. She don't just say, "Oh, this is nice. I love riding in your 911." She figures you have more money.
Well,
That's what she figures. Now, this is a video that I played before and I broken down, but it's important for men to understand this, just in case you missed it.
now the video he gonna break down, he broke this down years ago. I've seen this. This is an old clip from like I want to say 2-3 years ago, but it ties into what he's talking about and what I've been saying as well. Let's continue.
Okay. This is a viral video by Courtney Ryan. There she is right there. All right. Flat back. Listen to this video and we'll break it down. The ideal age for a partner for women. Okay, so let's start with let's start with this woman.
There we
let's
go.
Play this video.
31, maybe.
Now most of these women in this video are like, I want to say early to late 20s. And watch and see.
32, just depending on like when their birthday is.
So I'm 27, and I would say I would want them to be older. So like my range that I
Matter of
look
fact,
for is
let me put it
28
up
to
for you,
35.
boys.
I think anyone within 3 to 5 years, either way, but probably older. Yeah,
Okay, so maybe 33,
potentially.
if you had to choose.
There's a lot of mature, and this is just recently. There's a lot of mature people at the end of their 20s who I think I have good chemistry with, so I wouldn't like. And then there's people in their 30s, even in their early 30s, who act like they're so like they got a bum knee and stuff, and I'm like, okay, but like I don't feel broken yet. You can't go for a run with me? Just like go down a weight at the gym. I don't get it. So I don't know. 36 max or like 37 max.
All right, so most of these women are in their 20s and 30s, and they're describing the age of their ideal partner.
And ladies and gentlemen, there's a common denominator. These, as Coach eloquently pointed out, the ladies are in their 20s. They want to date older. You want to know why? We know why. Because why do young women go after older men? Older men are typically more established in most cases than their male counterparts. So, as a result, they'll date the 30, they'll date the 40, they'll date the 50-year-old man because that man has more resources. He's had more time on this earth. He's had more opportunity to acquire the king's ransom, to acquire more gold, and then in return spend on said woman. So they're not gonna go after 20-some-year-olds because most 20-some-year-olds, I know as a 20-some-year-old, I was broke as a mother sucker out here. I was struggling, living with my mama. Man, could barely afford to take myself out, let alone a woman. Me in my 30s, way different story. I can afford to take. Y'all catch my drift. So, but yeah, let's continue with the video.
Right? And they're saying 23 years max. For a 25-year-old, that means 28. She's saying 36 max. All right. This is the age that they're saying I want my partner to be in.
Like not in the
Partner.
40s, like
Not
still
in
in
the
the 30s, because I feel like they've matured.
Yeah.
They kind of have gotten settled in their careers. They know what they want.
Yes.
They're not really looking. There's less of a chance that you'll find somebody who like is just looking to play games.
All right. So they're again not love. As you can see, everything they're describing has nothing to do with love and romance.
Nope.
It has to do with provision, security, stability, monogamy. Right? Young guys are gonna cheat on me, so I want an older guy.
Well, they don't know. Old men gonna cheat on them too. That's the funny thing. And Coach is right, man. Ain't got nothing to do with relationships. Ain't got nothing to do with love. Women are biologically programmed to seek the best quality men that they can. The man with the most resources has been that way since the beginning of time. Kings had several women, several concubines. As a result, whoever has the most resources is the most desirable in a woman's eye. Ain't got nothing to do with love. The moment that man loses resources, that the moment that woman has a wandering eye. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Let's
Not
continue.
too old that he's gonna hurt his knee but old enough to not play games. So this is kind of manipulation. It has nothing to do with love and romance. They literally got everything figured out. You're the silhouette. In their mind, by the way. In their mind, they got it figured out.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm gonna be 24 in November.
All right, so she's saying 36 is a max for a 24-year-old woman.
Okay,
So
you're
I'm pretty young.
By the time this video comes out, you'll be 24.
Okay.
So if we have to pick one age, you said between 28 and 36. Would we say like 32?
Yeah, I would say 30. No, probably like 30 is perfect to meet them,
30.
and then we can get married when they're like 32.
Look at that. So they look. All right. Right. So 30 is good to meet you. We'll be married by 32. Why?
And that's you.
32. Okay, ma'am. Let me do the math here. You're 24. Let's just say you wait till you're 30. All right. What are you gonna be doing in the middle? What are you gonna be doing? Let me just give you a portrait here. What you gonna be doing here? Or you're just gonna rush his ass right down the damn altar in 2 years? Okay. So again, I found you. I picked you. Let's get married.
And that's you.
That's how.
In a woman's mind, they think that not all women, of course, but a lot of young women, you know, a lot of chicks out here still think that this Disney Princess and the Frog, Beauty and the Beast, they still got this Disney wiring in their head. So they just think, meet a guy, they think they dictating pace, they dictate action when it comes to the relationship. So the man's just gonna move on their pace and like, hey man, we're gonna get together, all right, we're gonna get married and have kids in the next 2 to 3 years. The women just think that's just how it works. I don't know why that is. I don't know what delusion, but I wish when a lot of women would just get rid of this mindset and stop watching the fairy tales that they were brought up on. Isn't real.
This is how modern women look at relationships.
Yeah.
By the way, just so you guys know, this is how modern women look at relationships. I didn't hear love one time.
Nope.
She got it all figured out. I'm gonna map him out. He's gonna be this tall, this age, with the goddamn. All right.
If a man don't got resources, there ain't gonna be no love. The love come after. The love come with terms and conditions that you have to constantly meet and have to be obligated to in a woman's mind. The moment you break that contract, the moment you stop meeting her expectations, she gone, bro. She out of there. She'll bring it up. Y'all have a discussion, and if the relationship isn't to her liking, what these goofies say? Happy wife, happy life, man. Please, that crazy word.
The two, and then we'll get married. I'll meet, and we'll get married. And then we'll start pumping babies. That's all.
And that's you.
Okay. In their head, they got it all planned out. And when you don't play their little game, they go crazy. So let's continue here. We got a couple more before we really drive home the point.
I feel like bracket that I'm normally looking at, or the roster, I guess.
Roster.
Between, like,
this chick said roster. Let me let it rock out. Let me let it rock out.
29 and like, I don't know, 37, 38, I guess.
She got a roster
Because
full
I
of
just feel like all
peen, y'all.
guys that
Crazy
are
work.
honestly between 24 to 28, they don't really want anything serious at all.
I would say 27.
Okay, and how old are you?
23.
Ooh, that's an old ass 23.
I would have to say the person that
She
I would
nice.
marry right now would probably have to be between 32 and maybe 43.
All right, so she went a little bit older. I wonder how old she is.
Okay.
Between like 30
She probably in
and
her
40s.
mid to late 20s.
Yeah, I'm 28.
28.
Oh, there you go.
So
And that's
I
you.
feel like the person.
She a nice looking chick, but she gonna get pumped. She gonna get pumped up by a 40, 50 something year old guy. I already know. Listen, man, the age don't like. See, that's why I said no. I did a reaction to Kevin Samuels' video like a few days ago when men start winning in their 40s. That video kind of coincides with it coincides with this video too in a sense.
So I'm with needs to be a lot more mature than me.
Men
Okay.
become more
So you
desirable
wanna
in
go like
their
37?
40s.
Just
Yeah,
to go
I
somewhere
would
in the middle.
definitely be with a 37-year-old.
Okay, so
For
we'll
sure.
we'll take that as the number.
Okay.
Thinking of your future, what % of the family income do you personally want to contribute?
Oh, here we go.
Like, do you
Let's
want to
hear
be the
this.
breadwinner? Do you want to contribute 50-50? Do you want to be a stay-at-home wife or mom?
I would be comfortable contributing 50-50,
Cap.
but I would prefer that it be more so like 40-50.
Okay.
Cap. Lie. I don't buy it. No, they would prefer that they don't lift a finger. They pay $0. They are the passenger princess. They sit down and don't do nothing and just get whatever they want from man. That's what they prefer. Ideally, they want to find a simp, a sucker to just pay their way through life and that they don't have to worry about life. That's what they want. That's what they want to do. Real talk. This lady is being disingenuous. This young lady here is an effing liar. Let's continue.
40-50. 40-50.
Cat, don't buy it.
Oh, you gotta give her 40-50. Okay.
40-60. Like you, the 40, then the 60.
Yes.
So that's her selling pussy to the husband. All right, continuing. And look at this right here, man.
Look at this.
I'd be okay.
This chick look. If y'all ever seen 8 Mile, man, B Rabbit Mama. I mean, you can't tell me she don't look like B Rabbit Mama now. B Rabbit was played by Eminem. If y'all know, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, just go watch 8 Mile. B Rabbit Mama right here in the flesh. 8 Mile Shorty right here.
With, I never thought of this. I don't know. These weren't the things that I fixated on the most when I envisioned my partner. But if I had to throw it out there, like maybe half or a little under half, I'm probably.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go 50-50 top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. So personally, I would not mind contributing like majority, but I would say no more than 70% of household income.
So I really want to be a stay-at-home mom. So like, if that doesn't work out with the person I'm with, then it doesn't work out. But that is like how I picture myself as a mom and a wife. So I guess I wouldn't be contributing financially.
All right, so no contribution. Other woman, the black woman said majority. She would be contributing majority. And then the other one said mostly 50-50.
I don't want any.
There was only one of them telling the truth, bro. These women, ideally, man, if 100, 0, 90, 10, maybe 85, 15 at max. They don't want to contribute to any major bills. They live with you, they expect you to pay all the bills, and they want you to pay their bills too. Ideally. In exchange, they giving you exclusive access to their box. They gonna give you, the marital missionary. They gonna toot that leg up from time to time. They gonna halfway cook a meal from time to time. They're not gonna, fellas. You don't get much in return. So, hey, I know there's people out there that still believe in love and relationships and all that BS. So let's continue.
Any of my income to be needed in the
All right, so these last two said no income.
family.
Yeah, okay.
I want the man to be 100%
Yeah.
the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not
Slave.
going to work and I'm not going to have my own business or whatever. I just,
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your
yes,
husband's income.
100% solely off of my husband. I
So they be living imaginary guys. They just have imaginary guys, man.
Yeah.
don't.
They want some fictional. They want some creator. They want some character created off of. They want one of the monsters from Space Jam. That's what they want. They want some man to just work and slave and dedicate his life and his finances and his dreams and aspirations to this chick and be monogamous too. I don't even know what these women are talking about, man. This chick sounds very ignorant and doesn't understand what she's asking for clearly.
Want me to have to use my income at all. But that's not because I'm not going to be working or I'm not going to have my own job. Like,
Wait, so you have your own business and working, but none of the money is gonna go to the
See what I'm
family?
talking about? I mean, see, dog, when I tell you women are selfish, there's a lot of women that man, there's a lot of women in relationships with guys, they truly don't give a F about that guy that they with. She wants to work, but you take care of her and she use her money to do whatever. That way, if it don't work out, she's good to go, she's set, and she's gonna try to take your money. Man, don't let me get started, Lord. Let's continue.
Done? Okay, alright, so again, pet wallet. Pet wallet is
Yeah,
the thing.
slave. I call it slavery.
stuff going on. It's just because I want the freedom to be
Freedom.
able to take care of my kids for the first like 7 years of their life, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom and be with them basically 24/7. I think that's important in the family structure, so that's pretty much the only reason why.
Okay, so you would choose stay at home mom. So 0%, we'll say.
Yes.
Okay.
0%. By the way, anytime you put the woman at 0, it's manipulation. By the way, in a pimp whole relationship, if a pimp gets 100% and the woman gets 0, that's called manipulation. But let's continue. It's called abuse, by the way.
Yep.
I think 50-50 is definitely acceptable, and that's what I'd enjoy. I wouldn't enjoy feeling like someone has to take care of me.
50-50.
I don't like relying on people or men or really anyone for money. I think that's totally just unacceptable. That's just how I was raised.
If I'm painting a picture, if it's my ideal life, I would love to just be a stay-at-home wife with some hobbies and, raising a family, because that's just the way I grew up. I had a stay-at-home mom, and it was just a really good environment to have.
Alright, so we see there's some variations here. Alright, some variations. So now let's get down to this real quick, because this is going to be important. Let me take this off the screen and mute this real quick. The next is going to be important. And this is going to be a reality check. Okay?
Let's get to the income
We
requirements.
got ideal income.
Oh, yes.
Ideal income. So here we go.
Oh, this if you've reached this point in the video, this is where it gets spicy, ladies and gentlemen. It gets spicy right here. Stamp this 22-minute mark in the video. It gets spicy right here.
Alright. Oh, the internet don't want to do nothing today. Alright, what happened? Alright, let's see here. Let me rewind it. Yeah, here we go. Ideal income.
Oh yeah.
With my daughter as well, it kind of should.
What would you want his
Oh yeah.
income to
By
be?
the way, the black girl had a child already.
If you're going to be a stay at home mom, like what kind of range would his income be?
That's tough because I feel like I would have to break down how much it actually costs to have kids and travel and the house and all that, and I don't really know, but I think for me to be comfortable staying at home and not working, I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000. I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work.
Right.
You heard that? The lifestyle she wants. Fellas, they don't care about you. What about the lifestyle the man and you want? Y'all together, relationship. I, me. You work for me to fund my lifestyle. We wouldn't have the lifestyle that I want. Crazy, man.
$300,000. We're gonna remember this. We're gonna remember these. $300,000 is the
$300K.
ideal income. That would put you near the top 3% of all income earners in America. Let's continue.
$300K, fellas, to
Just
be
have
with this
excess money.
basic chick.
Let's continue.
Crazy.
But you're talking ideal lifestyle.
Yeah,
So your
yeah.
dream life, $300K for you to be able to
I think so.
be a
So that's her dream life. She also said if he doesn't have that, I'll deal with it. Right? I'll work. But it isn't her dream life. Okay? It isn't what she
She
wants.
wouldn't be happy,
It's what
fellas. She would be miserable.
will settle for.
And that's you.
Mhm.
This is what she'll settle for. Now, does that mean she'll still fuck you like crazy? No.
Nope.
She'll settle for you and walk your goofy ass down the aisle. All right? And then she'll be constantly looking over here at these people with the dream lifestyle.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Always
Stay-at-home
wandering
mom,
eye.
and 3 kids and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think life's expensive.
I would just like to preface this as saying this is not do or die. But based on where I'm at, if he makes between like anywhere from 70 to 100K.
I would have to say 120.
That was reasonable. Okay, this lady got some sense. B Rabbit Mama. She got some sense. Let's continue though.
7. Ideally, like if they're in an industry where they do have longevity and they know, like, hey, every single year I'm gonna get a raise between like 3 to 5%, which just
You see how delusional this woman is? She thinks she raise 3 to 5% every year. Lord have, I mean, these women don't understand how corporations work at all. That is not how it works.
10, like I would be comfortable with that.
$500,000?
Lord have mercy.
Is that bad?
She young. She don't know.
Oh my goodness.
500,000 would put you in the top 1% of income.
That man got to make $500,000 to deal with Shawty. Look at this basic Becky right here. Hey, mess on me. My bad, y'all. The Creole, the Caribbean, the Haitian coming out of me here.
In the United States.
Hey.
So I'm gonna take a look at her. She definitely. I remember when I showed this video. I called her. What's the girl name on the Wonder Years? I called her the Wonder Years chick. Okay, so the black girl with the wild hair had raises and increased percentages of raises. But this is the Wonder Years chick. She looks definitely like she's half Asian American, right? What's the girl on the Wonder Years? She's plain Jane. You know, women like this get wiped up. All right, so it's not that she can't find it. She's just a little young and goofy. Winnie Cooper. Yeah, Winnie Cooper. So Winnie Cooper wants 500K. I mean, she just doesn't know yet. But remember, what's important is the age range of the man. That's what's to consider. Because none of these women, only one, which was the single mother, wanted a guy over 40. All right, the rest of these women wanted guys 27, 28 to 36. Okay, here we go.
I know that 1% of men make $500,000, or like
Exactly.
less than 1% of men.
Exactly.
I'd say probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
Shish.
That's my guess.
Dog.
50-50 bills on 150 to 200,000.
Okay, and you would contribute.
So that's crazy. He still gotta make 150 to 250K to go 50-50 with this chick. Man, I'm telling you, man. Boy, women out here just putting a price tag on love, huh? Love is fleeting, clearly.
You'd also 50-50.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
You'd be willing to
For
do.
how long? You know, these women say they do 50-50. For how long? If he making 250K a year, how long you gonna do 50-50? I'm telling you, these women are not going to do that long term, fellas. It's all a lie. I'm telling you
Up
that
to
right
50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Cat.
So keeping all this in mind, we just painted your ideal life.
Yeah.
For the 27-year-old man, what would his
work so hard.
income ideally be? Like half.
What would it have to be?
to support this life?
Which is so funny because I saw this video the other day where it was saying like, if your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more money. So it really just depends. But I mean, just to have like a really decent lifestyle and be supported well, like 150 maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure. The more the merrier, but that'd be comfortable.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Like, you have to really think about the lifestyle that you want to live when it comes down to vacations and how many kids you want to have. And just like the lifestyle that you want to have. And I feel like, ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000. I feel like
The fuck? Oh my goodness. My neck almost snapped back like the exorcist. Oh my god. What in the Holy Ghost is going, my holy water? Where my holy water? Cause this is demon talk right here. I don't know what in the spirit of Lilith is this. 650K. Man, let me tell you something. 650K. That woman. Man, marriage. Man, you can forget it. You won't even get me to say the letter M if I made that kind of money, girl. Man, 650K. Man, ooh, don't ever make me mad. Don't. Ooh, if I have ever made that kind of money, oh, whew. Oh my goodness, it would be nasty work out here. 650K. She a cute chick, fella. She works 650K. Imagine working hard, grinding. You a top 1%, man. Like you making that kind of bread, yo. You big time. Like you've made it in life. Real talk. And this is your prize. A mother of one, mind you. 650K, so she can use and abuse and take your money. And then if it don't work, she gonna wake up one day and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this no more. Yeah, I'm just gonna get half your ish too. Crazy. 650. She thinks just 650K men just walking around just looking for a woman. Man, they got chicks on rotation. They busting them down, pumping, dump, nut. Be gone.
Being growth getting to that point.
Okay.
You know, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna contribute, you know, more than
Look
what
at
I'm
her.
contributing now.
Yeah.
Look at her. Conjuring up lies. The jokes tell themselves.
650. My God, manifesting 650.
Never
That's
gonna be the
crazy.
man like that.
No, but ideally,
She not joking.
She
She's
not.
not joking. Remember, she wanted her man to be 37 to 44.
I would want someone to be able to match my hustle. So like, if I'm making this much and I have this lifestyle, this person cannot have a lesser.
Excuse me? She said match her hustle. Fellas, this woman ain't gonna ever work. To make 650K, I don't make that. So, who am I to give financial advice? It's gonna take a lot of work. It's going to take multiple streams of income. It's gonna take a lot of discipline. It's gonna take just understanding finance. It's gonna take years of sacrifice to be frivolous with your spending, making smart investments. You think this woman's gonna do that? Absolutely not. Because what did Coach say earlier in the video? Women are high spenders. Consumer debt. Her lifestyle is probably basic. She probably struggling like the most of us. She come on, man. This is crazy.
Their lifestyle than me.
So that's the problem again. That's the problem
Lifestyle.
again. This is the violation of the social contract. Women want equal pay and they want to make equal money. But if men are required to make a high amount of income, but women match that income, but that man has to support family members, she feels like she makes that much income, but she can't support anybody. She has to find somebody above that. So she's just holding on to money that this man supports 4 people, this woman supports none. All right, she just goes up here, but she makes this much money. You gotta support someone. But does she make 600K? I don't know.
Hell no.
I don't know if she makes 600K. I can't see it.
Man, we know
Maybe
we
she
don't.
does.
We know she don't, Coach.
Otherwise,
No.
it is not going to work out.
Yeah.
She don't.
So you said you would want to contribute 40% max. So
Right.
if they're making 650, that would mean you would be making 400,000.
And that sounds great to me, unless I could be making more.
Okay. What do you think is the median income?
Now this
for-
is the one that brings it home right here.
Oh yeah,
What do you
reality
think? Remember,
comes
their
in.
age, the age of the ideal mate, combined with their
They want men to be rich.
watch this, guys, in 2025 and beyond. I've been
Oh man, hold on. Let me try to get back to where we was at with this. My bad, yo. Technical difficulties.
And mute this real quick. The next is going to be important, and this is going to be a reality check. Okay.
Income for age 31.
As of right now, I think it's probably like it's
He does.
Otherwise, it is not gonna work out.
Yeah.
So
you said you would want to contribute 40% max. So
Right.
if they're making 650, that would mean you would be making 400,000.
and that sounds great to
We
me.
back,
Unless I
y'all.
could
My
be
bad.
making more.
Technical difficulties.
Okay. What do you think is the median income?
Now this
Or-
is the one that brings it home right here. What do you think? Remember their age, the age of the ideal mate, combined with their expectations with salary. Now the two worlds collide. Now you have the moment of truth and the point of no return. Can they have the man at that age range in that income? Okay, remember,
And that's you.
pet wallet.
Age 31. What do you think is the median income for age 31?
as of right now, I think it's probably like between mid 50s, maybe 60.
It's $45,000. Yeah. What do you think the top 25% of men are making at 31?
I think it's probably my range of like that mid, like maybe like 57,
70.
70. Oh, okay.
Top 10% of men
I'd say
at
90.
31.
90.
111, you're close. Okay, and then what about the top 1% of men?
Ooh, I'd say 120.
252.
Wow.
Again, she did that to say because I don't remember what her income requirements were, but again, it's like you're looking at a small percentage of men as you go up to where your income wanted. I think she was.
So this just really just illustrates like women don't really understand. They want a guy to be rich, young and rich, like young and have resources. Ideally, guy in their late 20s, early to mid 30s. It don't work like that. It takes time for a man to extract and garner resources. These women want you to be rich early on. They want Kai Cenat and these guys. And it's like, that's not how it works. A guy getting it out the mud, not an overnight success, has to accumulate resources over 15, 20, 25 years. He ain't gonna be rich. He ain't gonna be successful till he like in his 40s, 50s. He ain't gonna start seeing real success for all the hard work, investments, everything he's done put into it. But these women don't get it, man. They want it microwave. They want popcorn. They just want that thing right now, hot and ready. Like Krispy Kreme, hot and ready right now.
Was around 80K, but her age guy averaged 45K. But as you start going up the ladder, that means there's less and less men that make that amount of money. Okay, so epiphany.
Oh, okay. That
Top
jump's
1%.
pretty high.
So you're asking
Yes.
127 is
Mhm.
closest to the top 10% of men. So I would say it's probably top 5% at
Top 5% of men. Yeah. I mean, you can ring the bell right there. They just, in their world, they're like, where are all the guys that are 28 that make 300K or whatever the number was for her? Hers was 127. Where are all the 30-year-olds that are not broke, that are stable in their lives, that have it? Really, it's the top 5% of men. Now, they know this already, but we're just driving this point home for men to let you guys know that when they marry you and they bring in debt, you're a financial solution for them.
Facts.
You're
That's
just a
all it
financial
is.
solution.
That's
You're
all that.
literally a pet wallet to them. They just think you have
I'm
money.
starting to be convinced, man. Hey, I'm pretty sure of this. Yeah, most women will get in relationships and get in loves to extract whatever they can from a man. They're like, a lot of women are like parasites in relationships. I hate to. I don't want to say all women, but there's a lot of women who are just leeches and parasites, and they're gonna extract whatever they can until they have extracted all that they can from you. And then they'll just latch onto another host, aka another ninja. Gullible enough to fall for them.
And when you don't give it to them, they think you're holding out. They do think you're holding out. They think you have the money.
At 31, if I had to guess. So only the top 5% of men at 31 are making $127,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is crazy.
How do you live in a world where there's equal pay for women, but the men supposed to have over an abundance of money? Like, how do you live in this world? I mean, they can live in this world, but for men, you're not understanding they live in a world where it's equal pay, but you have way more money for them to just for them to use and spoil them and trick on them and provide. And yeah, that's their world.
But it's kind of crazy because over 70% of men never make 100,000 even one time in their life. 70% of men. So that means only 30% of men are, well, actually 23, last year in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made $100,000. And that's factoring in all ages, not just, guys under 32 or whatever it is. You assume most of them are a little bit older.
Right, are making, oh my gosh.
I don't know, maybe 80?
It's actually 41,000.
You're lying.
You're lying. In her age, she wants 80K. The average is 40, 45. She doesn't believe it. Why? Well, because she might be doing monetized dating. They mess with some athletes or entertainers. They see guys on Instagram or whatnot. Whatever it is in their world, they don't see the majority of men. They're just blinded to the fact.
For 27-year-olds.
I just feel like everything is so expensive nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. No worries. Cut it in half.
41,000. That's
Sure, you'll bring it home.
Okay, you gonna bring it
That's
home.
the median. And then what do
Yeah.
you think the top 25% of men at 27 make?
I guess let's change up the perspective. Maybe 60K?
61. Yep,
Okay.
close. And then what about the top 10%?
Top 10? 75?
91. Okay, so
Okay.
you're under there. And then what do you think the top 1%ers at 27 are making?
Oof, like 200K.
Spot on.
Yeah.
203.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep, so you want a 1% man at 27?
I'm telling you, man. These women, man, they don't get it. Imagine a 27-year-old making 200K a year. Man, I'm not saying it's not impossible. Anything is possible for sure, but it's like, gotta understand percentages. Probability isn't high. And even they're out there. What's the probability of you finding them? Like, it's not. It's not high. But these women don't understand it. You know what it is? It's because social media, because these guys are one DM away. Essentially, if you post the right pic, you can lure a plethora of thirsty men. And amongst those plethora of thirsty men, liking and hearting your picture, a couple of those guys may have some money.
Yeah, well, a woman could dream. You want a 1% man at 27. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I do, actually. I do. What the fuck? Why not? I deserve it. You deserve it. And guess what? A guy that's 1% definitely been in them guts. All right, so there's that.
It seems like that's all we want nowadays with these 1%ers.
Median income never eclipses 65,000 regardless of age. So 70 to 100 is above the median.
Well, somebody's gonna have a sugar mama.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not 30,000. I mean, the median, I'm gonna guess like, I don't know, is it like 80?
80 again. They just think, I think, she wanted someone in their 30s. They just think y'all got excess money.
It's $48,000 for
Okay.
32.
Okay.
Yeah, and even at
That's
the
crazy.
even at the top 35, which was the end of your range.
Yeah.
The median is $52,776.
So my expectations are not realistic.
So you said you want
Bingo!
Not really. Her Expectations are not realistic.
The median is $52,776.
So my expectations are not realistic.
You think? You think? Oh, but you Again, but this is kind of what makes it, because they got all the clothes. She's got all the extensions in the hair and the clothes and the Zoe package. So what do? They'll share the top 10% man, the top 5% man. Now let's get into the.
They just gonna get throttled by these men and be a rotation. Like, just gonna be a woman contestant number 2. That's it. That's all
Top
you got.
5%. But you're talking about men in their 20s and 30s. They don't have the money. Most dudes don't have money until their 40s and 50s. And sometimes not even that. Sometimes not even that. But they're looking for a pet wallet. Men are just pet wallets to them. And what they're saying. So they manifest the guy, and you're the pet wallet. Even if the woman wants a 50-50 relationship, you're just a pet wallet. You're just gonna figure in the 50%.
And it's never 50%. Because when y'all go out, you're paying, I guarantee you, it won't be 50% of that. You'll be footing the bill on most of the dates, most of the outings, anything you guys do, with any trips. You're going to be footing the bill. If you guys have kids, most of the things that are purchased for the child is going to be footed by the man. It's never 50-50. It's 50-50 bull crap. It's never 50-50.
Right? Even the woman that said, well, I'm going to just be a sugar mom. Now, the other woman that said, well, I'll fill in the void. Okay, but you're still going to have to bring 50% of what her lifestyle expectation is. Not living in a one-bedroom apartment. She's like, no, we can't do that. So you're still going to have above and beyond. Continuing.
So you said you want $500K, but what do you think the median income is for a 30-year-old?
$60K, $70K, $50K.
It is $45,000.
Yeah.
Woo! The look of despair and shock. Oh my goodness! Look at the face, y'all. Look at it. She said she wanted a guy that make $500,000 a year. At 30. Like, she want I show speed or somebody like that. That's what she want. That's what she want. Average 40K, 45K. I'm telling you, man. These women have, like, a lot of the women. These women out here have no understanding on how money works.
Really? A 30-year-old, 45? No wonder I be seeing all these broke guys. No wonder I can't find the rich ones. She wants 500K. Median, wow, maybe 80K. No, men are broke at that age. All right, that most of you guys are broke, and for her comparison.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the median. Now, what would you guess if you had to the top 25% of men or people at age 30?
Well, if that's the medium, then the top 25, like 60?
73. And then
Look at all the hope out of her eyes now.
I'm desperate.
Her eyes
Look
were
at
all
it.
hopeful. She drew up her man on the board, and she was like all hopeful.
She had a vision board and everything, man. She gonna be this, and I'm gonna be this princess. Just, oh man, look at just desperate. Crazy.
Get me the guy I'm dreaming of. Her eyes were all big.
They're about to pop out of her damn eyelids.
Provide the lifestyle, Pilates, and snacks. Now look at her eyes now. On the inside, she dying. She dead already, bro. She like, damn, what I'm gonna do? My life plan has just been altered. She gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
what about the top 10% of men?
100?
Oh.
Close, 108. What about the top 1%? Top 1% of men at 30.
Well, I thought it was 500,000, but you said no, so 400,000.
338. Yeah, so let's
Look at that. Look at that. Look at her eyes now.
It's
Look at her face
processing
now.
in
When she
her
was
mind.
dreaming and manifesting, her eyes was big and juicy. She was looking like $2 Winnie Cooper. Now she's gulping and swallowing. Right now,
It's like when you upload a video. It's like when it's processing to high definition. That the information that was just given or is processing in her mind is just marinating. It's uploading as we speak.
she's like, damn, I'm gonna have to work outside.
Oh yeah, you gonna have to
Face
work,
drop.
baby. You gonna work 40 plus hours
Damn.
a week now.
So the guy I'm looking for, you're saying is unattainable?
Yep.
see.
I mean, 338 is still okay.
338 is still okay.
You heard that? Y'all heard that, y'all. I don't even need to
338
stop.
is still okay.
100,000.
338. Yeah, so let's see.
I mean, 338 is still okay.
Okay. Ring the bell, my G's. Ring the bell.
338. 338
And
is
she
okay.
won't suck Nan dick at 300K.
You know how, you know how many, man, you know how many times she gonna have to get on her knees? you know how much shucking she gonna have to do for a man that make that kind of money? He should be running away from you. That's how much you should be trying to drain his nutsack. I'm just being, 338K and you don't work, baby, you ain't gonna be working. You ain't gotta pay no bills, and she thinks she gonna be paying, and she thinks she gonna be working, y'all. Whatever money she make is her money. Oh no. Oh no. Absolutely not.
338 is still okay, she said.
Yeah, she done for, bro. It's over.
It's okay. 338, 1% of all earners is still okay.
Yeah, that's all right. You on the low end, but that's okay.
Ooh.
For a 32-year-old, what do you think the median income is for this age specifically?
For a 42-year-old?
32-year-old.
32-year-old.
To the age that
Remember,
you
she's
said.
50-50.
I'm gonna go with probably like 85K.
85.
It's $48,000.
World shooketh. She shooketh. Look at this. This is 50-50. 80K, and I'll bring in my 80K or my 40. We're going 50-50, but it's 45. That's what you're most likely gonna hit. Sheesh.
When the reality hits you fast, don't it?
Oh, she out of here now. All right, she out of here.
The top 25% of men, guess how much that is at 32?
Wait, say that once more.
The top 25% at 32 years old.
I don't know. Now I'm even nervous to answer the question. I guess like maybe 125.
77.
She done lost her mind. 120. 125K at 32? Come on, man. What's wrong with these chicks?
This is why you see more sugaring going on. This is why you see monetized dating. Because
And this is why dudes at the top, man, they gonna have all these chicks, cause they gonna be pounding them out, man, breaking them in by the pound. I'm telling you, man, you make cash is king, man. Cash rules everything around me.
people going, I just gotta find somebody that can solve my financial issues. And their financial issues doesn't mean paying their rent. It just means being there to have the excess money to make them feel secure.
Shopping,
Now you're figuring out
you
what
know.
the security look like for them. It's anywhere between 150 and 500,000. If it's not that, then they're like, how am I gonna do this? Because she only makes 40K. She only makes 40K, but she thinks all men make in her age group 80K. They got all the money. I just need to find them.
Top 10% is 120, and the 1%ers at 32. 1%, this is men and women. 1% at 32, 320,000.
I think it's 250,000.
250. This is a $600,000 single mom. The median age for 30 something to 44 is 250,000. These people are crazy, man.
It's
Stupid, man.
52,000.
What? No, it's not.
What? No,
Yeah,
it's
but-
not. No
but-
way. Unbelievable. She said 250K is the median. Oh Lord, have mercy. Now, this is just borderline, like just slow. Like, I mean, what?
What am I gonna do now? I thought I was gonna put some pussy out there and find me a rich guy.
Damn, America.
And then
America,
guess
you
what the
included,
top
man.
25% is at 35. These are the top 25% of earners.
It's 50,000 is the average income of a 37-year-old man.
Yes.
And then what's the top 25% of a 37-year-old? If you had to guess.
The top 25% of a
Mhm.
37-year-old man. Dang, maybe it's 200,000.
Oh,
86.
see, man. And this is why I can scoop these women up on discount.
Yo! Jesus. This a bird right here, man. Oh my gosh. She said 200K, man. It's crazy how women just think all these men make all this make all this money. Oh man, social media got a lot of people fooled, man. Crazy.
These women up on discount, man. It's just too easy. Because they all, there he is. There he is. He's got it. He's got the Porsche. He's got the nice house. He got a dog. He's financially responsible. I'll take you. And then they come in here like they're doing me a favor. All right, I'll take you. You don't have to worry about nobody else. Delete all your dating apps, and I'll give you pussy maybe 3 times a week. They start negotiating with you like you were desperate. So even when they meet the guy at the above level, they think the guy's desperate and just looking for somebody. I couldn't wait to find you. And it'd be a basic ass woman like this. Basic. I'd be like, ma'am, how's $350 tonight? You take $350. All right, that's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. This is, I mean, she too old to think like this. Too old.
Guess.
The top 25% of a 37-year-old man. Dang, maybe it's 200,000.
86.
What? No, it's
The
not.
top 10% is 137,000. The top 1% of earners at 37 years old, top 1%ers.
Right.
Like, we're talking 1%, 304,000. Still not 650. Do you think that your standards are unrealistic? Do you think it's realistic? Like, what do you think after hearing the median and the statistics around it? Like, what are your initial thoughts?
It definitely is shocking because a 37-year-old man is a lot older than me. And that means that I don't even know how to process this right now.
And the median income never eclipses 65,000 regardless of the age.
Wow.
So, yeah, the median income for even a 75-year-old, 16 to 75, never eclipses 65,000. And then over 70% of men never make 100K even once in their lifetime. Over 70%.
Sheesh.
In 2021,
Look at their soul dying on the
Look
inside.
at it.
Look at them thinking.
Mind
They're
you,
going,
she
"What?"
already a single mother of one. So imagine what her chances are.
But wait a minute. This is what they're thinking. I met a lot of rich guys before.
Yeah.
There was that sugar daddy, and then there was that basketball player, and then there was that old man, and there was the landlord that I sucked him off for rent. And then there was that guy with the Lamborghini, and then there was Trey Songz, and then in their mind they met a lot of these guys. There was that guy at the nightclub telling me asking me what do I bring to the table. Then there was that guy when I went to Dubai. In their mind, they meet a lot of these guys, or these guys were in the DMs, or these guys. There was Shaquille O'Neal when I was working at Home Depot. So in their mind, she's like, there has to be more. That's like when women say, a lot of guys are fucking a lot of women. The guys they're fucking are. Because they're fucking her too. So they know those guys have 8 girls too. But most guys don't have 8 girls.
Fact.
They don't have 1 girl. So in her mind, she's like, this is impossible. I manifested this. And I planned on this. I'm 28, single mother. I planned on Mr. 650. So they just can't figure it out. They've been dating guys like this and going on sugar dates with them and traveling with them. They don't see it, man. They're like, where? That can't be true. But it was all the same guys. All these women had all the same guys.
Only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100,000, and that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of them are older, above 40, 50, 60s. What do you think makes women feel like they want that? Like, what is causing women to want the one percenters?
I think a lot of it is like social media hype and just this grand idea of what's obtainable nowadays, which it totally is, but you have to work for it, and that's why it's 1%, and not everybody's doing it. So it's not bad to want that, but you have to surround yourself with those types of people. So honestly, for a long time, you're probably going to be in the 25%, but that's how you strive and you get better and you meet the right people. So I think they want it because it seems so obtainable.
It seems so attainable. Social media. So they're blaming all.
It's so attainable. Like, does she realize that most people are never gonna obtain that level of success? Like, it's not meant. I mean, these people have no clue.
These things, social media,
young and
movies, I
dumb.
see actors, I got DMs, I got this and that. I mean, at the nightclub. So their experience puts them in front of this. They're on sugar daddy apps. They target rich guys. They see them, right? So they see it. They see it. And there's a thing that says, you know what disappoints women more than a guy with a Porsche or a Lamborghini? You know what disappoints them more than that? Older guy with a Porsche or a Lamborghini. See, what they want to see is a young guy in a Porsche. They want to see a young guy in a Lamborghini. Like, but when they see my old ass pull out and they be looking, and then they see a gray beard, and they see me, a black man with a gray beard with a Porsche, they be like, damn. And then what do they think? All right, I guess I'll fuck him. So they eventually will be like, all right, well, I guess. But what they want to see is a man in his 30s, 32 in a Lamborghini. They want to see a nigga 37 and below in a Porsche, in a Range Rover, in a G-Wagon, because they think that's attainable because social media. But most of these guys don't have it right here.
They
and so
really
they
don't.
see a Porsche drive up, they be like, oh, okay, yeah, let me see. And then I jump out and they're like,
Say, hey man, but at the end of the day, fellas, you win at the end, man. You put in the work. You as you can see, you can sleep with women in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and beyond.
oh, well, I suppose. Now I gotta pump him. You know, I gotta get it. All right, but that's a major disappointment for women. Like, they're not really interested in the car, but they're interested in who jumps out the beach. All right, and then they're like, oh, it's always, why are all these old guys jumping out of them? Because only old guys can afford that type of car. Obviously. Let me get to the super chats.
Alright, man. That's the end of the video. I'm gonna pause it right there. Let me know y'all thoughts. Interesting video. But let me know y'all thoughts, man. Please smash that like button. I appreciate y'all. The road to 5K subs. The grind don't stop. Boy Hendrick, I gave y'all a long video tonight, so. And, hey, I appreciate y'all. I've been really rocking with the Kevin Samuels video, man. I'm going to drop more KS reactionary videos because y'all seem to like those. So that's going to be my next video. I'm going to drop another one for y'all. But I'm out, y'all. I'll be back with another one soon. Peace.